You're not permitted to be here. Halt! Enough!
Enough! I give up!
The abbot will decide, and I don't want to hear it.
Take me away.
Henry, I won't tolerate such... Lord, are you completely blind? It may not have been anything serious. The knights will escort... And you.
are you doing here?
I'm sorry. I just thought... I was afraid something bad might have happened to you.
Actually, yes, I am. But why did you barge in like that? We're not supposed to be meeting.
Well, I thought you needed help. But looking at you now, you don't seem hurt or sick. So... should I go? If something else is troubling you, you can tell me. I've been through a lot myself. Maybe I can help.
Maybe it was divine providence that led you here.
The Lord works in mysterious ways. I'm Henry, by the way.
I'm Vincent. But if I'm to tell you what happened to me, you have to promise it stays between us.
You have my word.
Have you ever had frightening dreams, Henry?
You mean nightmares?
Something like that. When you're haunted in your sleep by visions full of horror and despair.
Aye. Sometimes grim memories come flooding back in my sleep. And I always feel relieved when I wake up in the morning.
So you understand me. But this is something a bit different. Imagine waking up from sleep. You're lucid. Your eyes can open.
I think I can manage that.
But the dream doesn't fade. Your mind is awake, but your body can't move. You want to scream, call for help, but you can't make a sound. What would you do in that moment?
I suppose I'd start praying. Begging the Lord God for help.
Exactly. But since you can't speak, you can only pray in your thoughts. And the more fervently you pray, the more it feels like your head is searing in the flames of hell. Usually, those invisible chains release me in time, but other times...
You mean to tell me it's happened to you more than once?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I saw a white light slowly filling my cell, but other times I was surrounded by a heavy red mist. Satan sent his servants to shake the foundations of my faith.
Servants of Satan? You saw them?
Last night, one of them revealed itself to me. It was a succubus. Begone, Satan, never tempt me with your vanities. What you offer me is evil. Drink the poison yourself.
And what happened then?
My faith was strong. I turned to the Archangel Michael to help me in the fight against the forces of darkness. But now I'm afraid to fall asleep. He's waiting for me, and he'll strike again.
Try this decoction. It might help. It might not drive away the devil himself, but at least you'll get some rest.
I hope you're right. Thank you.
I understand your fear. Everyone's on edge here, but you have even more reason to be. I could pray with you, if you'd like.
Yes. Let us pray.
Saint Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our protection against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray.
O Prince of the heavenly hosts, by the power of God, thrust into hell Satan and all the evil spirits who prowl about the world, seeking the ruin of souls.
Amen. I think you can rest easy. Maybe it's the devil himself tempting you. But resisting his lures, avoiding evil and doing good, that's our calling. You're more honest in faith than most folk I've met, including priests.
If this is a test of faith, I'll do everything I can to pass it.
Has this ever happened to you before?
Now that I think about it, something sat on my chest at night. I couldn't move or cry out. It was shortly after my father died. He passed suddenly. I took it hard back then.
I know what it's like to lose a parent. I'm sorry.
It was a long time ago.
How are you feeling now?
As if all fear has left me, at least for a while. Thank you, Henry. Selflessly aiding one's neighbor is a great virtue.
I'm glad we had this talk too.
Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there am I in the midst of them.
I think I've heard that one before. Take care, Vincent.
God be with you.
Better guarding up here than down there, though.
That's true.
We ought to do another sweep, just in case.
Who'd even try sneaking in? Now of all times.
You never know.
Well, if you say so. Come on.
Ah, never mind. Strange.
Let's hope the mask does the trick. A map of the underground. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ugh, rotting corpses. A drawing of some kind of cross. Hey? What's this?
We must.
This crypt carries on.
What now? Wait till he falls asleep. Fucking hell. Why is he poking his nose into this? Sure he found it. Hey, get out of here!
It seems I've got a bit lost. Just take me away.
Come on then, and be more careful next time.
Matty, it's you. I wanted to help you, but it looks like I only made it worse. Christ, Albig! What happened? Are you alright?
I am, yes. But it looks like we've been robbed.
Why? And who did it, for Christ's sake?
Gentlemen, please, keep it down. You're disturbing the patients. For God's sake, what happened here? What a mess.
What do you think? Someone was clearly looking for something.
But there's nothing of value here.
Well, actually...
Albec! You brought them here? What were you thinking?
And was I supposed to leave them unsupervised?
And? Were they stolen?
Thank the Lord, no. I still had them on me.
I've no idea what this is all about, but by all means, carry on. I can see myself out.
Sarcasm and cheek won't help right now. This is serious. As you know, Henry, I spend a good part of my life at King Wenceslas's court, tending to his health. Thanks to that, I learned much about his private life, what ailed him, how and when he got injured, and what treatments I used. I recorded all my findings and methods, partly in case anyone cast doubts on them, and partly for others to copy, if necessary. If these detailed records were to fall into the wrong hands, I dare not imagine the consequences.
Plenty of folk would pay handsomely for them.
Or tried to steal them for that very reason. Who could have got in and made such a mess?
I was busy tending the sick. I noticed nothing.
Nor did I, I'm afraid. There's work here for 3 more physicians.
That actually made it quite easy for the culprit.
But we still don't know who to suspect.
Surely you realize the abbot himself might be interested in those records.
Father Jan? Nonsense. We've known each other for years.
Not quite well enough. When he heard you were coming, he was pressing me to persuade you to let him read them.
But that's out of the question. Absolutely not.
That's exactly what I told him. The look on his face. If looks could kill, I'd be dead.
How did he even hear about them?
Their existence is no secret. Even King Sigismund mentioned them to me once or twice. And if he ever said anything in front of the abbot...
And the thief waited until the monastery was closed?
So, Albec isn't leaving. Even if he wanted to.
Let's not jump to conclusions. And don't start pointing fingers. Henry, go and ask Brother Benedict and Dinesh in the infirmary if they noticed anything. Maybe we'll get lucky.
All right, then. I'll return to my patients and pretend nothing's amiss. No need to alarm them over this.
Right. Agreed. Whoever it was, they went through everything thoroughly.
Lord be with you. What do you need?
Did you notice anything suspicious this past hour?
One of the sick men has been throwing up constantly, and I suspect another one's faking it to skip work.
No, I need to know if anyone's been nosing around our room.
I spent most of my time with the vomiting one, or out in the yard scrubbing his bedding. I didn't see anyone.
Someone went through our room, or rather tossed it all about. Likely looking for something.
And what about the alchemy lab? Was that turned over too?
No. I think that one's untouched.
Oh, thank God. I'll go check it anyway, just to be sure. Was anything stolen?
That's the thing. Nothing was taken, so we don't even know what they were after.
I I should have been more watchful, right? I'm sorry. I promise I'll keep a better eye on things from now on.
Don't beat yourself up. It's not your fault. Will you tell me more about yourself?
I can try. What would you like to know?
God be with you.
Christ!
Did you see anyone go in or out of our room?
I'm not sure. I think I saw a monk go in. I couldn't say who.
A monk? You mean Benedict?
No, it wasn't him. But hard to say. Damn it, why do they all look the same in here?
It's not exactly helpful, I know. Any idea when that was?
Roughly an hour ago, maybe 2. Has something happened?
Damn it. Never mind. Better if you ask Zacharias. I spoke with Benedict and Dennis. Neither noticed a thing.
I thought as much. We've all had our hands full here. So, we still know nothing.
I might have something, but I'm not sure yet how it ties to those records.
What do you mean?
I went down to the crypt, and I found open tombs and rotting corpses.
Good God!
No sign of a mass grave, though. Just individual tombs.
That's both good and bad news. At least we can now rule out the plague. But if the workers caught something from the air around those tombs, then anyone else could catch it too. Why did they even open them?
They were probably looking for something inside. I found this sketch.
That looks like the emblem of the Kingdom of Jerusalem. But why would they look for it among deceased abbots? Even putting aside that it's sacrilege, I don't see the connection.
Nor do I. But there must be one, because they locked me in the crypt over it.
What?
I managed to get out and ran straight back to you. But I was interrupted by this ransacked room.
Maybe we'd better keep all this to ourselves. For now, at least. You might ask Crispin about the coat of arms too. With luck, you'll find something in the archives that sheds some light on how it all connects to those open tombs. But best do it tomorrow. This evening's been more than enough. One adventure a day is plenty.
Agreed. Let's clear up the room, then sleep.
We'll be wiser come morning.
Shopping beast. Kick its ass. You stop that, for Christ! Fuck's sake.
Good morning, everyone. I trust you've had a decent sleep.
The sick are waiting, and being tired doesn't excuse us from our duties.
All right, give me a moment. Then we'll go and check on the patients. And where's Benedict, anyway?
If I may, gentlemen. Haven't you heard? There was a fire here last night.
A fire? Here at the monastery?
The small shed by the mill house burned down, but it was probably just an unfortunate accident. Thank the Lord it's all over now.
And no one was hurt?
Well, that's the thing. No one burned, but there were 2 men in the shed. Or rather, 2 bodies.
Bodies? Whose were they, for God's sake?
That... I don't know, sir.
And how do you know they didn't die in the flames? Just because they weren't burnt to cinders doesn't prove anything.
I didn't see them, but they said there were no burns, and it didn't look like they'd suffocated either.
So, how did they end up there? What killed them? Didn't anyone tell you about them?
They were sent to be washed, but the washers noticed, signs.
Who found them? And how did he get them out?
Elijah, one of the lay brothers. He ran into the flames thinking he could save them, but they were already dead.
And what was he doing outside in the middle of the night? You don't suppose he had something to do with it?
He's never been any trouble. There's no reason to suspect him.
How do you know about these signs? Did someone examine them?
No, they were only to be washed, but when the signs of illness were spotted, the abbot ordered them locked away in the hops store. Ludolf promised he'd send one of his men to guard the door. No one is to go near them.
That was highly irresponsible. Someone needs to examine them thoroughly. We can't afford uncertainty.
You want to bring them to the infirmary with the others? No. No, let them stay locked away somewhere separate.
Are you afraid the other sick might get even worse? At least we could have them all in one place.
Was anyone else there besides Elijah?
No, or at least no one I know of. I'll leave you to it now. If you need me, I'll be with the sick.
I'm going.
First they ransacked my room, now this. I don't like it one bit.
Do you think the fire's got anything to do with what they were after in your chambers?
Who knows? I feel like someone wants us gone, and they're trying to frighten us into leaving.
And are you considering it? Leaving, despite the abbot's order?
I thought about it for a while. But those infected need us. I can't leave them at the mercy of the disease.
All the more reason to get to the bottom of this.
But I can hardly go poking around myself to find out what really happened.
Don't worry. That's what I'm here for.
Maybe Zacharias was right after all. You never know when an aid like that might come in handy. So, what's your plan?
Quite a few things, actually. I'll take a look around the burned-down shed. There might still be some clues.
Good idea. It might have just been an accident, but it won't hurt to make sure.
What about the corpses? You said you wanted to examine them.
And that's what I'll do. We can't afford doubts when there's a deadly illness spreading.
But Benedict said the abbot forbade it, and that one of the knights is watching over them.
If he's got any sense at all, he'll understand this is serious. A proper diagnosis is key to the next step.
Whoever it is, he's still following orders. He'll know the risk if he disobeys them.
So what do you suggest I do?
Leave it to me.
So what you're saying is, use an unorthodox approach.
I could always bribe the guard. A few groschen might get me in to see the dead.
Think it through. A sworn knight might resist temptation more than some townsman.
Well, what reason can't solve, brute force might. A well-placed blow can open any door. And to confirm or disprove the suspicion of a deadly plague, a broken nose is a small price, isn't it?
You're probably right. But please, treat it as a last resort. The infirmary's full as it is. Don't give us more work. And when you do get to the bodies, take your time with the examination. The main thing is not to be repulsed.
Well, I've picked up a few things already, so I think I can manage.
I pray I'll have your confidence when God sends for me. If you're not sure, just try to remember what you saw. If you describe it to me later, I should be able to identify it.
I should probably speak with the lay brother who pulled the bodies out of the flames.
Elijah, right? But be gentle. No one should have to go through what he did last night.
I can't think of anything else.
Nor can I. Well then, best of luck.
I'm investigating the source of that illness that's been spreading around here, and I could use your learned knowledge.
I'm listening.
I came across the symbol of the Kingdom of Jerusalem during my investigation, and I was wondering if you might have any records or anything that might be connected to it.
If memory serves, something should definitely be here. I even dabbled in it myself long ago. We have the legacy of a knight named Boleslav Bavor, who journeyed through the Holy Land and visited Jerusalem. There was some connection to the monastery crypt, if I recall.
Really? Because I actually came across it in the crypt.
What? What are you talking about?
Well, I ran into some labourers down there. From what I gathered, they were trying to rob some of the graves, and they were looking for something tied to the Jerusalem cross.
By Christ, they were after the relic.
What are you talking about? What relic?
There's a possibility that Bavor was buried here along with a certain relic. That's what got me interested back then.
What sort of relic are we talking about?
I don't know exactly, but certainly something very rare. I believe it's linked to Jesus Christ himself, but I can't tell you for sure right now. It's been many years, and even back then I never found anything substantial apart from Bavor's records of his travels. In the end I concluded that the whole tale of the relic was likely just Bavor's own fabrication.
Oh, that's a shame. It was just starting to get interesting. Still, I'd very much like to have a look at the travel records, just in case.
I'll be glad to show them to you, to examine, but first we must report those vile thieves to the abbot.
You're right. The abbot ought to be told, but it's probably not wise to burden him with it now. Right now, we need to deal with the illness. Once things have settled down, we can make sure those thieves get what they deserve. Besides, we've got almost no proof yet. If I manage to investigate the matter of Bavor more thoroughly, I might stumble on something.
Still, it's a serious thing. We mustn't wait too long.
Of course. Once I've gathered the evidence, I'll explain everything to the abbot straight away. And now I'd like to take a proper look at Bavor's travel records.
Of course. Give me a few moments. I'll find them for you. And I believe Bavor's name also appeared in some old accounts. I'll try to track those down too. Here you go. Bavor's travel records about his journey through the Holy Land. And I've also found these old accounts. Feel free to study them too.
Oh. It really says here that he acquired a holy relic. Let's see how it continues. According to the journal, Bavor had himself buried here with his holy treasure. That sounds pretty clear. Let's see what the accounts say. So Bavor gave the monastery a generous donation and paid for a chapel mural painting. And still, despite all the records and mentions, Crispin had his doubts. Why?
Well,
I read the journal. A lovely tale. It really brought the Holy Land to life.
And?
And it says the relic Bavor acquired was a splinter from the true cross of Christ.
Holy Virgin! Such a sacred treasure!
And according to the book, Sir Boleslav was to be buried with the relic in the monastery crypt.
So it says in the book. I also found my old notes and remembered how it all went back then. I too searched for Bavor's grave. I even dared venture into the crypt, but despite all my efforts, I never found it.
How is that even possible? A grave can't just disappear.
Quite frankly, I don't know. And I didn't know then either. Once I was convinced none of the graves belonged to Bavor, I laid the matter before the abbot, but not our father Jan. This was over 20 years ago when Abbot Vitus held office. May the Lord grant him eternal peace. Together we came to the conclusion that Bavor's tale was likely at least partly, perhaps entirely, made up.
Why would it be made up? Surely Sir Boleslav wouldn't lie about something so serious.
The book's one thing, but there's not a single other mention anywhere. The grave's missing, the relic's nowhere to be found. Can you think of another explanation, then?
The account books mention that Bavor had a sarcophagus made at his own expense.
That's possible. Does it mean anything?
If he paid for it himself, there had to be a reason. Masonry work like that is no small matter, and it's odd, isn't it? He sorted it all out in detail with the monastery to have his tomb here. Then he wasn't even buried here.
You're right. I never made that connection before.
And then there's the relic. If Bavor had just wanted to raise his reputation with a good story, why claim to have gained something so rare?
Perhaps out of vanity? There's no shortage of that among the nobility.
But his tale's already heroic enough without it. Making up a relic would only draw unwanted attention.
That's a good point. It'd be too risky.
The crypt has a hidden side chamber, you know.
Excuse me? What chamber?
It had been walled up. In one part of the crypt, the masonry was loose, so I managed to get inside.
I've never heard of anything like that. Perhaps even Abbot Vitus didn't know of it.
See? Even you don't know all the secrets the monastery hides.
And I never claimed I did, although I admit not knowing this will haunt me in my dreams. How could I have missed it?
Don't you think this whole thing is a bit too complicated? Every explanation for why Bavor would lie seems more convoluted than just acknowledging it's true.
Listening to you now, it's like hearing my younger self. And I sound exactly like Abbot Vitus. His view was that Bavor's story was fiction. He told me I'd be better off letting it go.
What exactly did he say?
That I should stop chasing old crusaders and focus on real, meaningful work.
Why didn't you stand your ground?
I couldn't argue with the abbot. What he said went. And I was just a lowly monk, barely past my vows. I had to obey. In time, I learned to let some things lie. Those who dig too deep may uncover what they'd rather not.
I'm not blaming you. But I think it's time we reopened that old inquiry of yours and saw it through. And maybe we'll finally unravel Bavor's mystery together.
If that relic really does exist, and it surfaced now, it would surely be a sign from the Lord, a sign of hope in these desperate times.
Don't get ahead of yourself. We've not even found Bavor's tomb. Without it, we're stuck.
But you spoke of that hidden chamber in the crypt. If there's any clue, it'll be in there. Take this and study it closely. It's a drawing of Bavor's family coat of arms I came across years ago. According to this, you'll know if it's truly the grave of Sir Boleslav. Even the mural in the chapel that Bavor had commissioned shows his coat of arms.
Thank you. I'll head off at once.
Just be careful, please. You know the abbot's orders, the disease, all this misfortune.
Don't worry. I'll be careful.
And in the crypt, show respect to the eternal rest of those buried there, especially now, with death haunting the monastery.
Don't you know there's a quarantine? Huh? You can't be here.
You best move along.
Blood of Christ.
What are you sneaking around here for, you crook?
Wash me. Suffering of Christ. Strengthen me. Jesus, hear me. What's it like down there? What do you think? Any sign of those workers who've gone missing? Apart from them not being here? Nothing. Let's drop it, shall we? Master Ludolf said we're not to leave anything unchecked. What's it like down there? Any sign of those workers who've gone missing? Huh? What? Did I imagine it? What? Hey, get out of here! Correct, you nightcrawler.
Eh? Hey, get out! You want... I must be mad. I suppose it was nothing. We were under quarantine, didn't you? Eh?
Good thing I've got the hood. Sarcophagus of a nobleman. Disturbed by those workers. Most likely because of the large cross. But Bavor ought to be buried under an arrow crest. Abbot Vitus. Crispin mentioned him. Let's hope he forgives us for digging into Bavor's story again. This must have been some night. There's a cross above his head, but a rose in the crest, and I'm looking for an arrow. Abbot Uldericus, but no sign of Bavor. A crozier and mitre. That'll be an abbot's tomb. some past abbot's tomb. Maybe even Heinrich. Nice.
Huh? Hey, get out of here! That's right. But if anything's gone missing here, then you're in for it.
Christ almighty. Don't talk to me.
Are you with me? I've got something to perk you up a bit.
What is it? Schnapps?
We're out of schnapps. So stop whining and drink.
Oh, bloody awful stuff.
So, feeling any better?
Better? I wish. Oh, it's all coming back to me.
That's good. I need to know what happened during the night.
I don't want to talk about it. Don't make me.
Look, you can drink yourself to death later, but now, pull yourself together. Tell me what you saw and heard, everything you remember.
And then you'll leave me alone?
Then I don't give a toss about you.
So, what do you want to know?
How did you even notice the fire? What were you doing outside?
I couldn't sleep, so I went for a walk. It was just chance.
Like you said, it's lucky you were there.
Hardly. If I hadn't known, at least I would have slept in peace.
When you dragged out those two bodies, What did you do then?
While I was pulling out the second one, other people had noticed the fire. One of the knights grabbed me and started yelling that I was the arsonist. Luckily, he saw the bodies and how I was covered in, well, the same filth they were. Then the people from the monastery came. They sent me away and took the bodies off somewhere. I don't know what happened after that.
Did you see anyone else at the fire?
No. Just the dog was there.
The dog?
That's how I noticed the fire. The dog was darting about, barking like mad, so I thought there was someone inside. Someone alive.
I need to ask about the dead, too. Did you notice anything odd about them?
I couldn't see much. It was as dark as a sinner's soul. But they were soaked. Soaked to the bone. And also, how to say it? Filthy. Both of them.
Filthy from what?
From shit.
Right. That can't happen after death.
No, I mean they were completely covered in it. Like someone had dunked them in it. Oh.
Are you sure they were already dead when you pulled them out?
Aye.
And may I ask how you knew?
When I carried them out, I thought I'd roast alive in seconds. But they were cold as ice. And one of them was already stiff as a board. When I laid him down, he just crunched. Oh.
Do you have any idea who those two were?
I've no idea. It was dark. I couldn't see their faces. Thank God. As it is, I'll be dreaming about this for a long time.
Thanks. I'll leave you be now.
Wait, I've no idea what to do with myself. I thought and how did I end up? Covered in shit, face burned, and humiliated. I'd rather never step outside the door again.
What are you on about? You acted like a hero.
Hardly. I'm a coward and a drunk.
Who ran into the flames to save his fellow man.
Aye. And what did it get me?
If not for you, they'd have burned to ash and wouldn't even have a decent burial. This way they can pass on with dignity. So stop feeling sorry for yourself and be a bit proud. All right?
Right. Thanks. Hey, look, I haven't told anyone, but I found this key during the night. I've no idea whose it is, but maybe you'll find it useful.
Thanks.
I must be mad. Never mind. It's Strange.